Hi, it's the 31st of January 2018, 11 p.m. Uh, this is my fireside chat with my mgtow friends. It's actually, believe it or not, this is the background I sometimes use for my dancing when I dance in the room. I'll explain that again sometime. It takes a bit of explanation. It's rather interesting. I'm going to be honest with everybody. I'm having an absolute ball doing this. I've only been doing it for a bit over a week. I had no idea it was going to be anything like this. My only regret is I didn't do it earlier. By the same token, it's throwing me all over the place. I was telling, I got a message from starting over tonight, and I told him, I said, I don't even drink these days because it's that important. I don't want to be under the influence of any sort of alcohol and make a mistake, or because I think I could have an influence on somebody, or that's how seriously I'm taking it. I've never been that serious in my life. I've always had a drink. I've never let it stop me, if you know what I mean. It's never, apart from drinking too much for driving or what have you, but, whatever occasion, whatever job, whatever, have a drink, wouldn't bother me. But the truth of the matter is, and I'm getting feedback, not a lot, which is another surprising thing. I've had a stack of views, like not tens of thousands like the real pros get, but I've got about 1,000 views all up, and take out my own comments, I've probably got so few, about 20 or 30 comments from people. Yet, strangely, if somebody says something, it almost brings up a whole new way of thinking or a whole new video. And it's just bang, just comes into my mind. I was talking to a friend of mine today, Bri, in Pal Talk, and he's on days off. And I had to tell him to stop talking. So I'm just getting video after video out of this conversation. He laughed. He said, I thought you wanted some input. I said, yeah, but not that much. I said, it's about, my head's just packing up. I had to do 3 videos today to just get rid of some of the backlog. And it was a bit of a worry, and I was thinking through it, but where am I going with this? What's the theme? I guess it's not that important. It's just a mgtow channel, isn't it? But it seems that it's like if I talk to Captain Bob, for example, my heart really goes out to the guy. He's right in the battle, right there. And I was there, and I look, and his kids are younger than mine. I just think, oh no, it's bloody wrong what's happening. And I've just been speaking to starting over, and he's in a different situation. He's in a different place, and I think a lot of us have sort of stumbled into mgtow because we had nowhere else to go, or we didn't. Somehow we just ended up here, and all of our needs are quite different, and we all want something different from it. Mine certainly isn't defining mgtow. I have got absolutely zip interest in that. Okay, so that's a definitely out. I'm not. Yeah, I think mgtow's great, but I'm not into it in that way. I hear people arguing, it's this or that or something else. Yeah, I'm in that camp where I'm with a bunch of guys that everybody's got a different reason for being here. Probably most of us just stumbled in here for some reason, looking for something, and God knows what. I can't even remember how I got here. I remember thinking, yeah, it's okay. But for example, when I'm talking to Captain Bob, I'm thinking, I can remember the thoughts I had 5 years ago, and that was, will someone at least look like they're concerned? Well, can someone say it's wrong instead of giving that knowing smile? Oh well, we can't do anything. It's like it's that the impotence is that annoyed me. And it still does, to be honest. It just. And I was just getting to the point tonight where I think, okay, Bob, I think I will make it a support group for guys like you, either who are facing total alienation from their children, or who are just even split up from their kids and see them once a week or something. And maybe we could try to be something more, more support that way. And then Starting Over just messaged me. And he gave me the feeling that there's no chance for him to have a relationship with a woman again. I could be wrong. And he's sort of like, no, it's, he was saying something like, yeah, women want the security, but there's no security for men. And the thing that struck me, I'll rewind a little bit. Something struck me. I'll get to that in a moment. But the other thing is, I mentioned John, my Iraq vet mate, one with brain damage, and now he's got an internship and that sort of thing. Now, I just mentioned him in a vid the other day, and I thought when I mentioned his name, because I was sort of joshing around about minefields, and I just wanted to let everybody know, no, I know I'm joshing around about minefields, but I have this friend who was wounded by a mine. So yeah, I'm not making light of it. I'm trying to just sort of let you know that no, I don't. In case there were any other people out there that have been wounded, I didn't want you to think that I thought lightly of the situation. I wasn't. I was just using the thing as an analogy. And I guess mainly because if there were anybody else that had been wounded, I didn't want to offend them. But then, lo and behold, out of the blue, next day, I get a message from John. And I look at it and I think, what the fuck? I mean, I really don't hear from him that often. And I just thought, I just talked about him yesterday and bing. And I'm not a religious man, but, sometimes, and particularly in the last 5 years, I'm starting to flirt with the entertainment, with the idea there might be a God. Because honestly, there's some weird things happen. And it's just like, and it was actually almost like, I get this PM from John, probably pretty much at exactly the moment I actually needed him. And I'll explain that in a moment, but as it would, but yeah, I needed him to help me. And bing, here he was. I didn't even know I needed him to help me. But I think, and then suddenly he's out of the blue. So I don't know. I'm sort of coming around, and that may be a God after all. I've seen too many things happen in the last 5 years too many that can't be coincidental, I'm sure. But the thing about John, you can say a lot of things about John, but I tell you what, he's no nonsense. And if you were in a scrap, you couldn't ask for anybody better than him. Okay. But he's a hard-nosed bastard. Okay. And he sort of made me compare us ordinary guys, us sort of just normal married or ex or just regular people, compared to a military guy. And I won't go into it tonight, but I've been running over my mind how we treat a situation versus how John treats a situation, which actually is quite similar in many ways. And it's gotten me to thinking that things have happened over the years, and slowly men have changed. What I'm going to drive at here, and I don't want to upset any mgtow, die-hard mgtows or anything, but I'm going to turn things on their head, just for my little platoon, if you like. I'm going to start suggesting maybe a big chunk of this is our fault. Okay? I mean, you can think what you like, and just all I ask is just give me a little bit of time. I just want to go a little way with this. But maybe underneath it all, it's kind of our fault. Now, I'm going to elaborate on that a little bit right now. I was talking to Bri today, and he was telling me how mean his father was. And Bri is just, he's a little bit younger than me. But he said, he was a tough old bastard. And, he said, he'd say things to Mum like, keep crying and I'll give you a reason to keep crying. He was that sort of tough bastard. And my father was, Jesus, he was as tough as nails. He scared the shit out of you. Honestly, he was a terrifying man. But a lot of them were back then. This is back in 1960s, 70s. They'd been out of World War II. And they were hard bastards. Right? And they'd been trained. And they came back and they wanted their sons to be hard bastards too. So they were into them, right? They're tough, you got to be tough. Alright? I think what they may have done is the exact opposite of what they were trying to achieve, because I think what may have happened is they may have given rise to the nice guy. They might have, instead of us turning out being the tough, rough and, nothing, can beat us type of guys, I think we might have turned out the other way. So when I say it's, and I'm talking about older people, my age, okay, and even older. I don't know. I can't be sure about this, but I think I know Brian because he calls himself nice guy, Mr. Nice Guy, and he is. He's a lovely guy. He's just really. He works in the waterworks over there somewhere. It's, 8 days on, 8 days off. And he comes on into Pal Talk to party, and he ends up talking to me. He talks to the chicks, and and he talks to me at the same time. So I can't flatter him away. Chat. He likes a drink. I like a drink. He can't handle his, nor can I handle mine. He's a funny drunk, he reckons. I've never met him. He's somewhere in America. I don't know where from, but he's a good guy. Yeah, we have a lot of fun. But he's the one that's the PUA, and you're either as it's either I'll drool like a baby at you, or what's his other one? You're hot as an oven. I go, fuck it, just I tell you what, Brian, I take my hat off to you that you've really put some thought into those two. He said, well, they work, Curious, they work. I've always used them. I said, yeah, that and the cash you pay too. So. But we often have a few chats. I mean, he doesn't like his ex-wife at all. I won't tell you what four-letter word he continually calls her. But he says it often. But knowing Bri and knowing me, and this is why I said before, maybe it's our fault. And when I think of John, and I think of like Bri's father. They just wouldn't have taken the shit from women that we do, okay? They just wouldn't have fucking done it. I mean, I've taken so much fucking shit from women. And I even found myself, when I first moved here, this fat thing came around and I made her something, and I made her a cup of coffee or something like that. And she said, oh, do you think I'm... And I found myself chasing after her saying, oh, I didn't say anything like that. And I was shocked. I thought, what the fuck am I doing? I was just like, fuck off. I mean, I was shocked 3 months later when I thought back at it. I thought, Jesus Christ, what has become of me? I'm a piece of fucking jelly. I mean, I'm not now. I wouldn't fucking put up with it. And it's becoming more so. So, for me, I've started thinking about this channel. I've been thinking about mgtow. And I've been thinking, look, I don't know what all the other guys say, what they think, I don't know. But I'm starting to think maybe I can set up do a couple of things. A bit of a time out, for guys who just need to get their bearings, listen to a few guys, be with a few guys, and try and just, we can hold them up for a little bit, keep them propped up, but also maybe be a bit of an example, or a bit of a role model. Actually, reinvent ourselves. Oh no, how about I reinvent myself? I'm going to use a bit of John and a bit of other input, and and I'll reinvent myself. And you can watch me and you say, no, that's wrong, that's right. I don't know. I'm not even certain which way to go with it, but the whole point is I think we've become a bit stupid, in all honesty. I listen to what, and some of the things I hear people, guys going on with, and I observe their behaviour, and my own too. My hands up, and I look at it. I just think, no, we've just become stupid. I think we've got to all reinvent ourselves and find a new way to be or something. I'm a reaction to my father, and I think Brian's a reaction to his. But we've been fucked over for it. And it's funny because I remember sitting on the beach, was it 1975 or something? On Bondi Beach in Sydney, and I was talking to this girl. I was only 20 at that stage, or whatever. And we were chatting, and she said something. And for some reason, I thought how my father would respond to it. In a very his attitude would have been, "Oh, you stupid bitch" type of thing. I don't know, maybe something like that. Whatever it was, but I overrode it. I said, no, I'm not going to react. I'm not going to answer the way my father would. And I said something like, "Yeah, no, I see what you mean." Whatever it was she was talking about, I can't remember. I said, "Yeah, no, I get your point." I was being empathetic. I had empathy for her and her view, and I saw it from her way, and she sat there and stared at me. And I said, "What's the matter?" And she said, "I've spoken to a lot of guys and nobody's ever said that to me." This is 1975, right? She said, "What, you mean you agree with me, or you can see it from my point of view?" I said, "Yeah, well, yeah, that's, yes, yeah, when you explained that, yeah, I can see that." And she shook her head and said, "No, I've never heard that before. No guy's ever done it before." So I was probably, if you like, probably a fucking feminist in 1975, if you wanted to define feminism. And then what happened from there to here, I don't know. But it was a real kick in the guts, I can tell you, in 2013 when they put a violence order on me. I thought, fuck you. Fuck you. Don't fucking try and tell this little black duck he's a bloody, a violent sort of guy. But I looked at it and I thought, okay. So I really I wasn't, and I came here and everybody's, well, you're going to get another one, you're going to get another, you're going to go again. Like, get on the cock carousel, I think they call it. I'll get on not the cock carousel, whatever the fucking thing is. I thought, no, fuck that. I've just come out of a 30-year marriage, and you for fucking wake up to yourself. Think about it for a moment. Man's just come out of a 30-year marriage. What's he going to do? Leap into another relationship? Will you fucking think? Yeah, so I had all of that running around my head. And that's what I mean. It's just stupid. People say some fucking dumb things. It's okay, I get the neighbour back. He was the one next door that said it. Yeah, that's nothing really. It's just a 30-year marriage. You lost your kids. Going to get another one? Yeah, jump again. So now he says, "Oh, how's it going, Bob?" "Oh, it's good. Where have you been?" I said, "Well, matter of fact, Brian, I've been in Canada." He said, "What?" I said, yeah, you're talking to some guys in Canada." He said, oh, what's the weather like there? I said, "It's fucking cold, actually, -11, that's all." And he looks away in disgust. Fuck you. And I think, because I was talking to some Canadians. That's how I knew that. But that's, and I'm getting great comments, and thanks for the compliments, and thanks for your well wishes, and thanks for your support and your comments. But I've got to tell you, John's got something to do with it. And I was lying in bed last night and cooking up a whole story with how I could use him And then something happened this morning, just threw me all together and I went a completely different direction. But I had it all figured out which way I was going to go with John, and he's fucking brilliant. You know, he gets inside my head, and I'll explain it all when I do the videos on him. But he actually, by talking to him, I can actually take him inside my head, and he's got that no nonsense. You know, the fucking service guys. You know, no fucking nonsense about it. You know, not like the rest of us. Yeah, no, they're very very straight up and down. Yeah, black is black and white's white, and that's it. And we're all shades of grey. Okay, so what I might try and do is do some vids, try and incorporate some of his military thinking. I don't know any other military guy, but take some of his military thinking and blend it into our domestic lifestyles and see if we can come up with something. Just even if it's just some ideas, so we can all sit back and look at it. Hey, me too. And sit back and look at it and think, yeah, maybe part of this is our fault, and there could be a good chunk of it's our fault. That way, if we think about it, and we can adjust and modify our behaviour, and we might go back somewhere to what we were, at the same time moving ahead. So that I think a lot of guys out there would like to, particularly the younger ones, and even me now actually, would like to think, no, it's not actually healthy what we're doing. Yeah, it makes sense, and a lot of things, and a lot of us are still very upset. I know I am. I'm still angry. Not so much at my wife, but I'm more. And I did a video today. I'm more pissed off at social services because they weren't there. They were no support whatsoever. In fact, I look at them as the enemy in a lot of ways. They did nothing for me. But I mean, I'm not going to go on and on about that. Okay, that's just the way it was. I'm more concerned of what, and I can't change that. I can't change my wife. I can't change my family. I can't. This is a bit AA. The only thing I can change is me. Okay, and I can help you guys look. No, I can't even change you. It's up to you. If you want to change, you want to change. The only person I can really influence is me. All right. And I think, and I listen, and I don't want to hear hopeless anymore. Okay. From anyone. I'm not saying. I mean, I'd like to think we could we could start looking forward and look forward with optimism. I mean, it's clearly too early for Captain Bob. I mean, he's right in the throes of it. But for others that have been out of the scene for, you know, have been wounded and recovered now, you know, whether they want a singular relationship, you know, one-on-one, or you know, let's call it polygamous relationship, like Kurt 2022. And I you know, whatever way you want to do it, I just want to see people happy. I want to see myself happy. Okay, and I'm just a mirror of you guys. That's it. Okay. But I want to be happy. Okay. Now I don't think the way to happiness is you know, being by yourself forever. I think at this stage we've got one another, and we could probably do the big group hug. Just leave me out of it. Okay. But I want you to feel that you've got something here, and that there's something to be had here. But you know, I'm not going to sit here and just bitch about women or about other mgtow or anything. I'm actually going to trying to do a bit of self-examination, and I'm going to use John a fair bit to try and do that, because it's a good comparison. I think he's the hard-ass military guy versus the rest of us that are fucking all over the show. To be honest, I can't think of a better comparison. Actually, it's I don't know. You know, like, you might not be authoritarian or might not like military, but there are elements of it that are good, and I'll try and show you how we can use them and how we can incorporate that into our lives. I'm not suggesting you have to do it, but it's just something to think about. But I'm going to say it again. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your comments. And thanks for your tolerance. And most of the comments have been pretty good. I think I've only had one guy try and start a fight so far, and the few comments I've been getting have been really favourable. But just bear with me a little bit for this, because I just want to fuck around with it a little bit and see where it takes us and where I can go with it. Look, it might be nowhere. I might only just get down the track a little bit and think, oh fuck, this is not working. But I did think last night in bed it would be handy, and I tossed it. I didn't sleep at all last night. I just tossed and turned. Actually, I had John fucking screaming inside my head. I'll tell you in a bit, but oh my God, Father. Just to explain, I'm a kind of author, all right? And you'll see me play the two roles occasionally. Yeah, I get characters inside my head, and I think about them, and I build them up, and I become that character. And I switch from one to the other. I have conversations with myself, basically, and you watch it. I don't know where it came from, but it's something I did a lot. My eldest daughter, learnt to copy me. She was good at it, but refused to do it around me. She refused to enjoy herself around me. So, I mean, that's another story. But anyway, look, thanks for listening, and thanks for your support. Thanks for your compliments. Thanks for your well wishes. I'm just going to, for those who are following me, who enjoy the videos, I'm just going to try this, and I think you'll see where I'm going with it, or maybe hopefully I'll see where I'm going with it. But yeah, I don't think I can narrow the focus down to just a support group. I think I've got to be something to other guys as well, maybe. But in all cases, in both cases, it's what I want to do is offer hope. All right, I want to be here to offer hope. That it's not, like, when you lose your family, you can get to thinking, what's the fucking point of living? There is no future. There is no hope. Okay, it's so easy. I could easily imagine getting there. I don't know how I didn't, in all honesty, but I didn't, and I would never have guessed I'd end up doing this. But yeah, that's I think, and I think that's what we need. A lot of us need right now is hope. Some reason to keep going, some reason to think, oh no, it could probably get better again, and some reason to believe that if you have a relationship with a woman, it might actually work. All right, I think you've got to actually believe that that's possible, because most of us right now would have to say, no, it's not going to happen, is it? We're not going back to that shit again. That's what we're all thinking. So we're just sort of living in this limbo land, and I don't think it's healthy. Okay? I think men should be with women, in all honesty. But the way we are, I don't think it's wise. And it's probably, if mgtow's right, yeah, it's like, they might be saying, yeah, guys, it's not wise for you to be, to go chasing women, because for a number of reasons, and I'd be one of them. I'd say at the moment, yeah, mentally, even me, doing this has actually, I think, it's given me a lot more confidence to. I don't know. It's something about doing this. It sort of makes me think, yeah, I could do it, I could go again. Yeah, but it wouldn't be the same. I wouldn't be putting up with the shit, I can guarantee you that. No way. Whoops, there's something wrong with my, I've got a, whoops, I'm losing my, what do you call it, focus. Look guys, just don't let it beat you, okay? Don't let it get on top of you. For God's sake, don't let the prick get on top of you. Get on top of it. That way you might be able to beat it. All right? But if it gets on top of you, it's going to have its way with you. Whatever it is. But yeah, get on top of it. In fact, let's just rip its eyes out. Catch you all. Thanks for listening. Bye.